You want to get up and personal, this is Stinky. He's a buck goat, belongs to the neighbor, but he stays with the horses all the time. This is Britches. Her registered name is Split Your Britches. Britches is a beautiful gray mare. She's kind of bleached out. She's in her winter coat still, but her mane and tail will actually turn dark in the summertime. She is a sweetie, and this is also a horse we call Peanut. Brittany took this horse to the state championship as a 2-year-old in the 2-year-old riding class, but she's about 14 years old now and hadn't been ridden in quite a while, but she sure likes to come over here and get some lovins. Hey baby, hey Peanut, hey Britches. And this is old Nooner. Her registered name is High Time Noon, so we just call her Nooner. Nooner's a very loving young lady. She loves the attention, but she's never been ridden. We bought her as a brood mare. We've never bred her, which we hope to change that here in a few weeks. Hoping to get a colt out of her next year's foaling season. Well, I got to get back over to the farm. I got to over to the house. I got to build a little fence for the dogs, the puppies. We have 10 guard dog puppies that are just about 5 weeks old. They're swarming everywhere. You notice there's a lot of trees down on the ground. That's on by design. We have a guy logging the hardwood off of the property, trying to open up some more pasture land and getting rid of some non-productive trees on the property. These are some wild cherry trees, basically good for nothing but firewood, or we can smoke with it in our smoker, which does a good job. Hopefully he'll be back here in a few days to finish up the job. We're going to clean all this cedar trees up along these fence lines and open up more pasture for the cattle and the horses. We got a lot of timber on this side of the property. As you can kind of see, this is a creek bottom over here that the trees have lined the creek, and we got to get the ditch cleaned out so it'll drain better. When it rains real hard, it backs out into a field on the other side, and it causes a problem with water standing and in wet ground. It's kind of hard to farm it when the ground stays wet, when the creek backs up through there. So we're trying to get it cleaned out. Kind of give you a little quick tour of the farm. It's grown up over the last couple years. My tractor, most of you know, I had a Kubota L3800 that burned up here about, well, this is the 3rd year it burned up. That didn't sound too good, burned up. That it caught on fire and burned. It's that Oklahoma education, I guess, coming through, or living in Arkansas too long, one of the two. But on this farm we have 4 ponds. There's one little pond that we have. It's kind of wet getting down to it. I don't want to take a chance getting stuck this morning. As you can see, it's kind of muddy right here in front of me. But I'll get out and walk to the other side of the fence line here and show you what the east side of the property looks like. So we got water standing here in the middle of the road, and this is actually the creek bed that is filled up with sediment over the years. Here's some more of the brush piles. The brush getting cleaned up around here. Hopefully I'll get this brush hogged this spring before everything gets growing real well. Big old blackberry thickets. I used to keep this thing very clean, but without a tractor it's kind of hard to do. This is what we call the catfish pond. There's minnows in it we go fishing, but hopefully one day we'll put a bunch of catfish in here for the kids to catch them. And naturally, Molly being a lab, she likes to go for a swim. And that's 2 of our guard dogs, large guard dogs that guard our sheep and goats and livestock. They're both males. They are both available for sale. If you need a large guard dog for your property, protect your livestock, please contact me and we can talk about them. Here's one of the open fields. You can really see the grass is coming on really strong. I was able to brush hog this last fall. It's looking real good. We got a lot of grass growing in it, and hopefully the rest of the place will look like this in a few weeks. All right, now I'm gonna go back over to the truck and head back to the house and get this pen built before it gets too late today.